What is up, guys? I have a little bit of a different video today. Not redo content, not Edison content, not Tengu content. This is actually Nexus format. So I don't even know how long ago this was. Maybe like 2 months ago or so. I got a ping from somebody asking me about Karakuri, which was really weird because I haven't played this deck in a little bit. But yeah, somebody had asked me to join a Nexus tournament, so I entered a Nexus tournament a little while ago on this deck. I am not familiar at all with Nexus format. I was just given this deck. I had no input on this deck whatsoever. I didn't even know it was legal. I've literally never played this card before. Marvelous. Okay. But yeah, this is a Karakuri deck that I was given. Just to go through it really quick and talk about Nexus format really fast. Obviously plays the best cards right here. This is your Nature Beast package. Double Quick, that's a little atypical. Double Strategist, I would never. This is something I do not do. Triple Instant Fusion, Triple Anatomy, Triple Cash. So these are the Karakuri spells, which are really cool. If you don't know what this does, Anatomy gets counters when battle positions are changed of Karakuri monsters, and then you can send it to the grave to draw 2 if it has 2 counters. And then Cash changes the battle position of a Karakuri monster and searches a Karakuri monster. Very cool. My Body in the main. I think MST is at 2 in this format, and then Royal Oppression is legal in this format, sadly. And we play it even though we're a heavy combo deck. 7 Tools in the main. Dust Shoot, again, sadly legal in this format, and then Double Trapstone in the main. So, yeah, this format is interesting. It's like the OCG Tengu format, I think, but Dino Rabbit is also legal because the TCG exclusive cards are not legal, which is actually one of the biggest draws of this format. There's no tour guide, which is super lame in Tengu format. The tour guide is at 3. And there's no Maxi, which is really cool. Like, really cool. No Reborn Tengu, because that's another TCG exclusive. And sadly, no Hypa, because apparently at the time this was a TCG exclusive. So this is like your best answer to Thunder King and Karakuri. And this is not legal, sadly. So you have to play like these cards to answer Thunder King. Oh, and then in the side deck, we side Darkhold, it's based. And then we side the Floods, very lame, but this is probably for, Dino Rabbit is like, so apparently the best decks in this format are like Dino Rabbit, but they don't have Dolka, and, this garbage. This trash is the other best deck. But yeah, so the big appeal to this format is no tour guide, no Tengu, or I don't have a big problem with Tengu, but no tour guide, no Max C, and no Heavy Storm. That is the really cool thing. We do have Oppression legal. Dino Rabbit is good, sadly, and yeah. So, anyways, I'll just jump into it. I know that Oscar Zelaya posted a Nexus format video recently, and the Nexus format community, which seems like a great community, was super excited about it, so hopefully more people put content out there. The format was cool. All of the games in this tournament were really fun. So yeah, I'll just jump into it. I don't know if this will be one video or several, but I'll just go through my replays. I don't think I have anything else to talk about with the list because I had no input on it. And this was a while ago, so I don't really remember any of the games. So I don't really know if I could suggest any changes on the list. I mean, really, the things that this deck loses really hard to are Guaiba, obviously, and Thunder King. So I don't know what answers there are to those cards. Maybe Cyber Dragon, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we'll just jump into the replays. I haven't watched these since I played them, so we'll just try to evaluate them. Oh, and also this is actually round 2. I got a first round bye in my first tournament in this format, which is weird. But this is round 2, and I don't remember. I know what I'm playing against because he played round 1, but I don't remember because I haven't watched this. But yep, we open Nishi plus Merchant, so this is going to be a turn 1 Naturia Beast for show. And then we'll probably search another Ninishi. Yep, so that's cool. Follow up with the Merchant. And we're just going to set them all. We can probably turn this off. Okay, and he sets 3, but we have the traps done. So in this position, like, you can fear Torrential, which is at 1 in this format, and you can fear Mirror Force if you're swinging. But I have the trap stun down, so he would need Solemn Judgment in addition to his Mirror Force. So he does actually have the 1 of Mirror Force, but like I said, we have the trap stun down. So he trap stun, and he does have Solemn Judgment. So I remember when this happened, I was like, okay, because this is the only out to the Naturia Beast. I remember this was the only out when I was playing it. I don't know why I was so confident that there was no D-Prison. And then obviously I know he doesn't have Torrential because I already summoned into this. But yeah, this was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I can't even book because Solemn Judgment is, spell speed 3. So yeah, pretty crazy. And we get cooked right there. Unfortunate. But hey, our position still seems fine. We searched a level 4 off our Merchant, so we have a level 7 Synchro play, and we have, we have back row to protect us. But yeah, now we're going to have to go neg into the back row. He makes a True Nade play. So this is what they have instead of Heavy Storm, which is cool. They still have a Sweeper at 1. Oh, he's playing 6 Sams. Okay. So yeah, I must have known he wasn't playing Torrential because he's playing 6 Sams. Yeah, just crazy to get hit with that. So he drops the Inishi with no graveyard. It's kind of weird that he True Naded to just make this play, because yeah, it's not like he's sticking like a winning board, and he's still gonna have to deal with my traps. Oh, I see. Okay, he did it because this is like a win condition into Karakuri. He has the Roach. Okay, do we main Compulse? Oh wow, is it just Book that we have as an out to this? I see, okay. So we had the 1 of out as well. I guess not really though, because we can also Watchdog over this. And we can Strategist over this. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so Roach is 0 defense, so Strategist can just attack right over this. But we can also just Book over this, and he already used Solemn Judgment. So we'll book it, and then we get our Tuner. If you guys don't know what Quick does, he is the coolest Karakuri. When he destroys a monster by battle, he can special summon a level 4 or lower in defense position. Actually, is it a mandatory effect? Yeah, it's a mandatory effect, yeah. Interesting. Okay, so we get our Beret into our Floater, and then we're going to set our traps again. He's in a losing position now. He has the double-edged. Do I just warning it? I don't remember. Oh, I can just bottomless them. And he can't even chain the Inishi effect because he doesn't have a graveyard. Yeah, I'll probably just bottomless them. And that's game. Okay. Yeah, it was a little annoying he had the Mirror Force and Solemn Judgment on the trap stun, but yeah, we end up getting through it with the Book of Moon. Okay, we open in kind of slow, just a soldier, but we can chill on this. Hopefully he doesn't open Xian, otherwise we're kind of gonna get rocked. So he opens with the +1, and if he finds an asceticism, nope, looks like he's just gonna go into Barkion. Yep. Okay. Oh, oh yeah, that's right. I'm trying to remember if I was siding Barkion. Nah, I just showed my deck, right? I'm not. Yeah, sometimes when I side this guy, I like to side Barkion. So we just set 4. He dusts, hits an MST, so we had 2 traps and 2 spells, and he hits one of the spells. So what is our out to this Barkion? Maybe we have to... I mean, it's a synchro play, yeah, with this. We didn't play a rank 3 XYZ, did we? Oh, we do play a Leviathan. So we can actually bump into this with Leviathan if we search like an Inishi here. But we'll just go into the strategist. We'd rather go into a level 7 synchro play. Okay, interesting. So we end up booking this, and now I'm sure we're going to want to go for a trap stun. Yep. Okay, interesting. Yeah, book being clutch again. Yeah, so we're going to go for a trap stun, and now I'm guessing... So we could Black Rose here, but he'll go to 3 cards on his draw phase to our 1. So that's a losing position. So I'm guessing we are going to just go into a Beret and a soldier, because we'll end with Beret, soldier, warning goes in. Yeah. Yep. Go into our floater, soldier, so we'll probably just clear here. Alright, so we're still down 2 cards. Looks like he rips Gateway. So I can just warning this. I could just warning this and then he won't get the counters. But it looks like I want him to go for a Shien play so that I can flip Gozen maybe? I wonder if I warning this one. I warning this one, interesting. Because if I let this one go through, he'll get 4. And then he can drop a Keyzon. So I guess I just want to leave him with 2 counters and then he has this useless Elder. But that's optimistic. That means that a double-edged would cook me here. But I guess even if he flips double-edged, I can still, yeah, he does have double-edged. I can still flip the Gozen now. Ooh, this is interesting. Oh, he has the Kagemusha to protect from the Shien. Okay, that's interesting. He didn't get the Keyzon, but I guess it's going to die on the end phase, so he just wants this to protect if I were to target the Shien. Oh, and it's also the lowest amount of burn damage on the end phase. Oh, and he's also going to get counters, so he's probably thinking he can search a Keyzon to bring down for like a Gaia next to the Shien. So I'm going to flip the Gozen now. Yep. And now he's locked into Earths. So he can special. Yep. And this can be a Gaia. And then that could be a Nap Beast right there. Yeah, that could be a Nap Beast. I'm not sure why he doesn't go for that. Yeah, he should have gone for Nap Beast right there. Okay, woo, we've reborn. That's pretty hot. So here I'm thinking if there's a way to play around Mirror Force. If he has Mirror Force again, I could activate Beret effect to change it to defense position, and then attack with my quick, and then main 2 just manually change Beret to defense position. I could also reborn into a Beret. Oh, I could just reborn the Barkion. I should just reborn the Barkion. Okay, he has oppression. Okay. Yeah, reborn Barkion would have been hot. Did I even make a target? He didn't even. Yeah, so I can't change my Beret to defense position because I use its effect, and then I'd have to leave it in defense position, and I'm trying to clear the board. But he has the Mirror Force. Yeah, I was going to have to play into the Mirror Force eventually, so I was like, he has 1 card. Let's see if he has it, and he did. So that's game 2. Tough, tough, tough. See how we do game 3, if we can open Nat Beast. Nope, but we do open Dust Shoot, lame card. So do we just set them all? I mean, I'm guessing we're just going to set everything. Yep, cool, no Storm. Okay, we Dust Shoot him. and he opens, damn son, he opens triple united. That's crazy. Triple united, double-edged, and he has the Kagemusha plus the Zanji. So I wonder what I take. So if I take the Zanji, I can bottomless it, but that gives him a counter. And then if I take the Kagemusha, I have to warning it if I want to avoid the counter. So I'm not sure what the right play is. Probably just take the Zanji. I mean, I guess he needs the Kagemusha to combo, but if the Zanji kills my merchant, whereas the Kagemusha doesn't. So I'm probably just going to take the Zanji. Yep. So I just grab his Zanji. I guess you could make an argument that I should have taken the Kagemusha and then just warninged his Zanji. And then he just has 3 Uniteds with no counters. So this is weird. He activates all 3 and then he doesn't summon. So I definitely don't understand that one. I guess he knows I'm not going to Black Rose myself, but... Oh, because he knows I can go into Nap Beast because of the Ninishi. Alright, we gotta lock in. Yeah, he knows I can go into Nap Beast with the Ninishi. Okay, Kyle is smart. I'm dumb. Okay. And then I know the last card is double-edged, so I know I'm free to do whatever I want here. I'm sure I'm just going to go for the Nap Beast because it's obviously the best play. And now he's on a clock. I have a warning, I have a bottomless, I have a book, I have a stun. Yep, so he's in a bad position. He passes. This is risky. I locked myself, so I can't put my warning down, but he can't summon twice, so I don't care about this because I have a stun, and I know that this one is not like a mirror force. Oh, he did. Okay, he did draw the mirror force, but I do have a stun. Yeah, that's damn. Okay, 3 games. All right, yeah, but I have the stun, so it doesn't matter. And now I have double warning, so this one is over. He never got counters. He never brought down that Kagemusha to get counters. And now he sets it. Okay, so I guess I'll get another turn. I wonder if I just set my dog. No, I don't even set my dog. He gets nothing. Okay, what did he have? Oh, he had Reborn into my Nap Beast, Smoke Signal into my Nap Beast, and Smoke Signal into my Nap Beast. That's tough. But okay, yeah, that is round 2, my first match of Nexus. So we will move on after this one. Okay, round 3 against Amazing Mike Man. I've played against Amazing Mike Man at least a couple times in Tengu format. He always plays Jurax. Mad respect for him sticking to his deck that he loves. It's good in this format too, and actually I took a look at his replays and I know he's playing something very close to this. I know he's on 3 Thunder Kings in the main, and I know he's maining Guaiba, and obviously he's maining Fossil Dig, so he has 5 copies of Guaiba in the main deck, and 3 copies of Thunder King. These 2 cards on their own absolutely destroy me, so I was pretty sure that I was kind of fucked on this one. I didn't actually look at this list. Is actually from after this event. He actually wins the subsequent monthly after this one. I didn't actually have his side deck or anything. I just watched him. I didn't even know about this going into the match. Apparently he sides triple Penguin Soldier. That's fucking sick. And then this must be for 6 Sam. So okay, yeah. But anyways, I knew he was maining Thunder King and Guaiba. And I know that these cards will destroy my deck. They are like the most difficult thing for my deck to deal with, aside from Royal Oppression. So just putting that as some context, because I remember it was what I was thinking about on my turn 1 play. Looks like we win dice again. Yeah, oh, let's not show hands. So yeah, I remember when I made this turn 1 play, I don't have a way to synchro turn 1, and anything I put down is going to get cooked by Guaiba. There's no way to not play into Guaiba unless I just don't summon. And if I don't summon, I don't have any ways to have anything different the following turn. Like, I'll be in the same position the following turn if I don't get a search off. So I remember thinking I have to just hope to not get turn 1 Guaibud. So this actually takes me kind of a long time, I remember. Yeah, it took like a minute at least, and I just end up setting a soldier. Yeah, actually, on this subject, I'll be watching stuff a lot, and I always see people casting or, you know, commentating events saying like, damn, it took you that long to set a monster. And I always find it so stupid, because it's like, the fact that you make a really, even if you make like a really small play like this, like all I did was set a monster, those are the turns that take like the longest to think through, because you've decided all of your other options you don't want to do, and that's why you like might just pass. Like, it takes a long time to think and realize that your best move is to do nothing. But anyways, yeah, I just set a monster because I'm gonna get fucked by Guaiba no matter what I do, and he searches Guaiba, and yeah, not good. And I search dog. So dog actually does have an effect. Very few people know this. Yeah, so dog actually boosts Karakuri monsters when you take battle damage from an attack involving him. So that is relevant because quick is 1700, dog boosts by 800, makes quick 2500, bigger than Lagia, hint hint. So that is why I went for this play. We have the main deck My Body, and look at that. If I actually just full passed last turn, I actually would have had a way to synchro the following turn. That's interesting. I mean, I had an 11%, no, a 9% chance of drawing that, 3 out of 33, right? Yeah. So, not something that I was anticipating, and that's why I ended up playing into the Guaiba turn 1, just by setting. But it's funny that I actually could have just gone for a Nanishi play. But I actually don't need a Nanishi play, so I think I'm going to keep it in my hand as follow-up. Nanishi plus Cash is really good, because it's any synchro that I want. Or by that I mean it's a Beret or a Catastor or a Nature Beast or a Landoise if I choose. Yeah, I'm very sure that this is a very attractive situation for my quick. I'm very scared that he's going to Lagia me, but I'm kind of banking on him not knowing how Watchdog works. But he does. Okay, not good. There was no way to play through a warning anyways, so I'm sure I'll just switch my dog and then get cooked the following turn. Setting bluffs into a Lagia is kind of pointless because they know that they can negate everything anyways. So yeah, so we're not in a great spot. We're threatening a level 5 synchro play the following turn, but we're probably gonna lose this. I don't remember what happens, but like we have 4 monsters in our hand. We're facing a Lagia. We're just gonna keep going minus, and there's a Thunder King. So yeah, this shit is this shit's pretty cooked. Yeah. At least he doesn't have any back row. We draw Trap Stun and My Body, so we actually have ways to play through back row. So these cards aren't doing anything right now, but I'm sure he will draw into back row. I actually don't remember how much back row plays. Yeah, it plays a standard amount. Ooh, whoops. This one. All right. So he swings into our soldier again, very brave. We cannot go into a Hypa off this, sadly, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and he does not swing in again. That's interesting. Nah, I guess it makes sense. I don't like swinging into like Mystic Tomatoes type of things, but this is our last soldier. Okay, so, interesting, he just leaves his recruiter up there. He probably is like flooded with monsters in his hand if I had to guess. Oh damn, never mind. He's got the good stuff in his hand. Okay, but yeah, we draw our second strategist. Very lame, but it actually can clear Thunder King here. Normally it can't clear it up on its own, but we actually have a soldier up. I think I remember making kind of a cool play, if I remember correctly. Because right now, he put this Velo in front of me, so I can actually, because I'm playing double quick, I can actually strategist, change this Thunder King, crash my soldier into Velo, to special the quick, and then swing over this Thunder King, and I can get an extra body on the board. I mean, I'm gonna get cooked by this Lagia anyways, but it at least will clear the Thunder King and will force the negate, and I can still end with a soldier on the field actually. But it's my third soldier, so like, it's not really very threatening. I do this because this is a mistake a lot of people make when they play Karakuri. Not that people play Karakuri, but they have Karakuri engines and like things like Gear Gear Karakuri, and they never realize that these monsters are required to attack. So I'm forced to do that. Then we go quick in. Okay, I'm sure I'm gonna get the soldier. Yep. And I'm expecting this to get negated. I cannot activate my body as a shield because this happens prior to the beret hitting the field. And now I'm just chilling on soldier, and I think this thing can get back a Guaiba, right? Oh my god, so you can just get another Guaiba. Yeah, this thing's over. Yeah, this is over. Alright, I put up a fight. Yeah, that was rough. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen with the Guaibas in the main against my main deck. It was just going to be kind of rough. Alright, we open a little bit of an awkward hand. We open with the tuner that we don't want with the instant fusion. So with this hand, a couple options. We could... So this is interesting because I don't normally play the other Karakuri spells. Like at most I play one Cash just in case for my merchant. Yeah, so this is interesting because I don't normally play these cards. So Instant Fusion plus Dog can be a level 8 Synchro, but it cannot be a Burrito because I can't get a level 4 machine off Instant Fusion. So it has to be a Stardust Dragon or a Scrap Dragon. Which is okay with Judgment in the back. And then I can just make my play afterwards, the following turn. Another thing I can do is I can go Merchant, search the Nanishi, and then Nanishi plus a 4 plus a 5, like 3, 4, 5 with the Nanishi, ends in 2 level 8 synchros, and you can go double Burrito strategist, draw 2 that turn, and then possibly draw 2 the next turn, and you're backed by Judgment, which is very strong. But then if he has like any MST, you're kind of getting fucked on. Another thing I could do is I could go Merchant, search another Anatomy, and then my Merchant will change to defense position, but then if it gets killed by a Guaiba, I'm going to get cooked. So if I had to guess, it's probably safest to just go Stardust with this. I wonder if this was another long turn from me. 15. I just took like a minute. Yeah, I'm just gonna go Stardust. Yeah, this Watchdog isn't very good in my hand. I might as well just get a Stardust to take the board to start. Okay, and we don't want to just set 1 because we don't want to be forced to like MST or Stardust negate an MST. He sets 4 all away from the Stardust. I think he might be like a modern player or something and thinks that I can play like whatever that card is called, Impermanence or something. But yeah, this is a fine position for us because we have a Judgment down. So it looks like I just go for the cash, and I'm just gonna swing. He Stardust hits the Anatomy. I remember thinking like, is he trying to bait my Stardust negate because he has like a Royal Oppression in going second. And then he's going to oppression my Stardust. I don't think they side Crow. And I do have Judgment, but I decide I'm just going to let this one go. I actually don't know. We can check afterwards. It's positions 1, 2, and 5 that he had. But yeah, I just ended up letting this anatomy go, even though it's a +1. So you could say that with Judgment down, I probably should have negated that because he would need Royal Oppression, which I think is at 1, plus Solemn Judgment. Or like another MST plus Royal Oppression, something like that. But I just didn't see this as valuable enough to risk the only thing I have going on. And I just want to get my Warning Judgment down safely with my Stardust. And now I have a level 7 Synchro Play in my hand, which is pretty cool. He brings down the Thunder King. Do I Warning this? I think his deck plays Lances, so I don't really want this Thunder King to be on the board because it threatens my Stardust, so I'm guessing I'm going to Warning it, yeah. And then he puts down this new set. I draw into the Anatomy anyways, so I don't even get punished. I do have an Explosive Play in my hand. I could technically Trish. I don't know if Trish is legal. I think Trish is legal. But yeah, I'm going to play the Anatomy, and then I'm going to get the counter by manually changing my battle position. And then I can actually go for a level 7 Synchro Play. And then I can even go for a... this can get a Strategist, or it can get any... it can get an Inishi as well, and this can be a level... this can be a Naturia Beast and a Draw 2, which is pretty sick. But he Blackhorns me, and I could Judgment this. And then I have Stardust still. But I think I hold my Judgment to maintain my Stardust. Oh, no, I don't. I say fuck that. Let me get my Draw 2 and my Naturia Beast. So now I'm exposed, but I do still have the Stardust up, and I think that at this point I'm not fearing Royal Oppression because I've already taken the board. Okay, now I'm going to get my +2, or +1 rather, and I draw into Reborn. That's pretty sick, and an MST. So I don't think I'm going to just go blind with the MST. I'm going to a Naturia Beast. I'm hoping that he has a Royal Oppression now, but he actually, this is the new card he drew. He has a Warning. So he had Warning and Blackhorn, but he's going second, so they're not as good. Now I could go blind with the MST, but I think I'm fearing Compulse a little bit. I kind of wanted to Reborn his Thunder King, but I was worried about Call of the Haunted because I didn't want to burn my MST on it. So it looks like I'm just trying to go for lethal with this Reborn with the Thunder King up. This is lethal through 1 Mirror Force, through 1 D-Prison, through 1 Compulse. If he only has 1 stop, this is lethal. He would need, to stop this from being lethal, he would need both Mirror Force and D-Prison, or both Mirror Force and Compulse, or like double Compulse. Otherwise he's gonna die. And I still don't want to MST because I don't want him to have like a Compulse that he can chain, because he was thinking on my plays, so I don't know if he has like a book or a Compulse or something. And he did have the Compulse, and he hits my Stardust. And now I don't MST because I don't want to lose to Gores, it looks like. And he did have a book. Okay, he did have a book. Oh, he thought... I don't like... sometimes I get a competitive advantage from people not knowing how Karakuri's work. He thought that this Velo was going to crash, but my quick goes to defense position. I draw into a Snowman Eater. I just hit him for a little bit. I'm not really scared of anything he can bring out. Now I set this monster in front of his Guaiba, so he should know something's up with that. He can make a level 5 Synchro play with this, but I think he's going to prefer a rank 4 XYZ. He can't leave these up because the Stardust will kill it. I think Pearl is legal. Yeah, Big Pearl's legal. So now all of a sudden I'm in a tough position. Yeah, I didn't even know about the Pearl. Because I thought this was like at Tengu format time. So it's just weird that these XYZs are legal. But yeah, he makes a really weird play and swings at the face down. I guess he doesn't know what Karakuri sides. Maybe Karakuri isn't a popular deck in this format. I mean, I assume it's not a popular deck in most formats. But yeah, he swings at the Snowman. I think that's actually a bad play. He must have thought... He must have thought it was a soldier, but like... You don't get anything out of swinging at the soldier anyways. Maybe he was afraid of a lance. But then I can still lance over you on my turn. Yeah, I'm not sure why he did that. He's a good player, so I'm not sure. So I'm not going to criticize too much. But yeah, that was not a good play. And yeah, we just win. So that was a... Like I said, the matches in this tournament were actually really, really fun. That was a good back and forth match, even though I went first and was able to establish a board early. All right, my hand is amazing, but we're going second. Because this hand, sorry, I know people are probably not super familiar with the Karakuri combos, but this hand is Barredo plus a Naturia Beast and draw a card and search a card off the merchant. So yeah, it erases some of the neg of synchroing because it takes 2 cards to make 1. But then the Burrito gets you back a card because it draws, and then the Merchant gets you back a card because it searches, so you don't go neg. But I don't really want to play into his back row. I've played Mike in other formats, and I know he be setting spells trying to scare people, but his deck is just a little bit too scary, especially in this format where Royal Oppression's legal. So I do think I'm going to choose to play this one slow. If I remember correct, or I don't remember. I'm just assuming based on what I'm seeing. He sets 3. And oh my god, my hand gets even better because we get the cash. So I really think I'm just going to want to... Oh, and look at that. So we set a cash just to make... Because we kind of need both of these cards. Because we can't let him just get straight into a Logia with negates. If he goes into a Logia, I have to force one of the negates with a bottomless. And I need my 7 tools to force my play through like a warning or an oppression. So yeah, that was a nice set from your boy to protect my 7 tools. Shout out to me. But yeah, I'm fearing he's just going to normal right into a Logia. He searches Guaiba, the card that mercs me. And he set a True Nade. See, this is what I was talking about. He does this shit. I'm telling you. Now this actually sets me back really hard because I would have to set my tools again. And he's about to hit me for 34, and now I have 2 cards that cost 1,000 each in my hand, so that's really 54 he just hit me for. So I'm actually at like 26 or something. And he gets down the Logia. So now I'm thinking like, fuck, do I really have another turn to wait? Because if he summons anything, then that I take 24, so I'm down to 22. And if he summons any monster, I can't afford to play both of my 7 tools and my instant fusion, and I really need to play my instant fusion. So now I'm kind of upset. I do have the bottomless that can stop one of the monsters from coming down. I do have the Mirror Force, which can force a Logia negate because I wasn't able to force the negate with the bottomless. So it's actually very lucky I drew into this Mirror Force. So I'm probably going to have to wait. I mean, I'm certainly going to have to wait another turn because I can't summon into this Logia. So I have to burn his negate with my Mirror Force. So I actually have no choice but to set 3 and pass here. The only thing I could do is go straight into the battle phase, into main phase 2 to summon my Merchant in main 2. And I could see if he wants to negate there, but that plays into a Guaiba pretty I guess it doesn't really play into a Guaiba because I have Bottomless for the Guaiba and then Mirror Force if he negates with Lagia, and 7 tools if he negates with something else. But I don't do that. Okay, I think I want to end on Naturia Beast, which this enables me to do so. So I Mirror Force here. Obviously he negates. If he Lance there, I was in a really bad position. Because if he Lances there, he gets to keep his Lagia negate. I can't stop it with 7 tools. Yeah, that would have been rough. And now he adds a back row, so I just have to hope he doesn't have 2 stops. Like, he doesn't have a way to beat me through 7 tools. We get a little slap in the face. We draw our second merchant. That's not going to do anything for us right now. This is interesting that I searched Ninishi, because Merchant can actually search spells, so I could have technically searched the draw spell, which would have been pretty... I guess I'm not going to change 2 battle positions this turn, I'm just going to change 1, so I just choose to search follow-up, which is very responsible, I guess. So yeah, we're getting really low on life. I don't think this deck plays Thought Ruler, so oof, he hits me. I have to 7 tools that, yeah, because I am dead otherwise. Because I did this in main phase 1, which is a little bit suspect, these monsters actually are required to attack, so I would just die. I definitely could have done this in main phase 2, because I don't even remember if I choose to attack him this turn, in which case I definitely should have done this in main phase 2. Yeah. I mean, the only thing that hurts me on an attack is Mirror Force, but we've seen how that goes. Draw Snowman, that's not going to help. Yeah, I do attack. Okay, because I'm going to lose to a Mirror Force here if he has it. I won't lose to a Lance, though. So this will help me through a Lance. So I could have actually gone for a Catastro right there. But I must have been expecting his other card to be Lance, and Naturia Beast obviously is going to cook in that situation. Also, Naturia Beast just is a great card because it stops Dark Hole and Reborn. Yeah, so I am guessing he does have the Lance right there. And Naturia Beast obviously gets through that. Oh, I hate that I can see the monster stats. So here I could, ooh. I don't think I do this, but the correct play here is to... So I don't want to change the Burrito to defense to draw a card, even though that's awesome. So I don't feel like I have a way to draw a card, but actually this deck is playing the Karakuri spells, which I keep forgetting about because I don't normally play those cards. I actually could normal my Merchant, search a Cash, and change, and then activate the Cash, search a Karakuri monster, which would be a level 4, so that I have a level 7 Synchro play, and I draw a card off the Burrito. That would be fucking sick. I don't think I do that. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't know if I sided out like 2 Cash or anything like that. I probably did into the 3 Thunder King deck. So I might not even have one. I don't remember. This is a while ago. And yeah, I swing into the Penguin Soldier. Crazy. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I have never, ever had a Penguin Soldier effect resolve on me. I was like, bro, that's crazy. And then he hits my Beast and Burrito. I was just like, dude, that's crazy. I was like, really? I'm going to lose like this? That is crazy. So I didn't summon, so I actually could go Ninishi plus Merchant into a... I can remake that Naturia Beast if I chose to. I must be worried about the last back row and just feel that this is safer if he has a monster because I'm at 200 life. But yeah, I could have gone into a Naturia Beast right there, but I choose to set the Snowman Eater instead. he goes into this really cool card, Areolo, I don't know. Okay. Oh, I think I remember this. I think I make like a really unnecessary baller play. I can't remember what my read was, but I had I think it was a Lance. I have an extremely hard read that this card right here is a Lance, and I choose to Dust Tornado on the activation of the Areolo effect so that I can bottomless his monster and he can't Lance it. I want to be Chainlink 2 to the Areolo effect so that my Dust Tornado resolves before it resolves, and he does not have a target to Lance, and my bottomless goes through. I don't think this play was just a flex that I had such a hard read on this Lance. I don't think this play is necessary when I have a Snowman Eater, so I don't really. Oh, but I would lose. But Dolka's not legal. Yeah, I don't think that this play was necessary because I have a Snowman, and I was right. It was Lance. But yeah, I have a Snowman Eater, so this play is not really necessary. And then I'm gonna bottomless him. Yeah, that was pretty unnecessary. Now my Snowman Eater has no target, so it just looks kind of silly to me. But pretty sick, right? Pretty sick. Yeah. I guess I get to preserve my Snowman Eater, but now I'm losing to Dark Hole. I don't know. Okay, now I make that play that I was talking about, and I'm just going to go into the Naturia Beast because he compulsed it. And he hits me with the Oppression, so yeah. He flips Oppression when I'm at 200 life, so that feels really bad because it's a one-sided Oppression. And I draw the Judgment one turn too late. Fucking way she goes. Now I am just trying to clock him down because I am going to lose. Like, he is in a way better position than me. I'm going to lose. I cannot win this duel if it goes long. But he has no monsters, so we got that going for... And he draws a monster. Okay. This card... Yeah, this card is so cool. It's similar to Guaiba, where it gets its effect if it destroys a monster by battle. But you contribute it to draw 2 cards. So I can Judgment this thing's normal summon. I wonder if I do. But I also want to get value out of the Snowman Eater. But it'll tribute itself. Yeah, so this is a +1 if he kills my soldier. So I probably Judgment this. Yeah, I Judgment it. Yeah, I agree with that. He Judgments me back. He wants that draw. But that being said, he is going to have nothing on the field when he does so. So if he does do the draw, he's going to leave himself empty, and I get to special off this soldier. I can special a quick, which is lethal damage. Yep, that's what I do. Okay, so I'm threatening lethal if he chooses to tribute this dino. And he chooses not to because he's scared of the lethal. Now I have a Snowman and a Smashing Ground, so what am I gonna do? I Smashing, and then I swing for lethal. He has the Lance to survive. Yep, so he had another Lance. Yeah, I knew that he played multiple Lances. He might have played 3 Lances, yeah. It's a really cool card with cards like Guaiba. Yeah, so he Lances to survive, and now he's at 700, so he can no longer negate the Royal Oppression. So I'm actually free to bring down this Watchdog to make a synchro play. I could go into a Barredo because I probably still have the second strategist in my deck, and I can draw 1. But he's down to 0 cards, so literally the only card that I can get punished by is Dark Hole. So I just choose to play around that 1 copy of Dark Hole. Because if he Rekindlings... Yeah, Rekindling only gets the Areolo, so I'm just going to Stardust because the only card he can top deck is Dark Hole if I don't. And he does draw the Dark Hole, which is crazy, but yeah, so we end up winning that one. That was a really fun match. Yeah, we'll go on to the next round. All right, round 4, we are up against Bandit Keith. Yeah, I won't spend too much time talking about this guy. He plays nothing but Chainburn and Exodia and bullshit decks like that, and is super annoying and extremely, extremely dumb. But yeah, we get paired into him. Usually he spends all his time talking on Discord, but he never actually plays. We actually get to play against him, and yeah, he's on Chainburn. So he's going to win the dice, go first. I open Royal Oppression, which does nothing into his deck, and no offensive push. But my deck is very well, or I shouldn't say well built, because I didn't build this deck. My deck pairs really well into Chainburn. I don't have Naturia Barkion, which would just win on the spot, but I'm main decking Trap Stuns, 7 tools, maybe Lance, I can't remember. I actually don't think I'm on Lance. But yeah, I should be able to control the game. I just don't want to make offensive pushes into like things like Dimension Wall. And yeah, I should be fine. I remember going into this that I was like 1,000,000% confident that it was just not possible for me to lose against him, but this deck can definitely lose to Chainburn. Any deck can lose to Chainburn just because, you know, it's just a bogus deck. But okay, we don't have a way to go into a synchro play, so we're probably just going to normal summon into nothing and just get a search off. Probably search into. I mean, we don't have great options. I mean, he doesn't threaten killing my strategist, so we know the strategist will be next turn. So we'll probably just search into Merchant, but even going into Merchant's a little bit sus because you keep adding cards to your hand into Secret Barrel. But yeah, main thing is probably all of his cards are chainable. This card is probably a Morphing Jar I'm probably reading. I go straight into battle phase so that I'm not required to attack this turn. And oh, I do flip it. That's very interesting. Because it's very likely that that's a Morphing Jar, so I wonder why I didn't set my hand before doing that. Maybe I don't want that many cards. And I don't need... I mean, I could definitely use the Book of Moon, but I don't need Bottomless and Royal Oppression. Maybe. I'm not sure why I did that. But yeah, we search our Merchant. And set our Oppression. So Oppression can stop. It can negate the Lava Golem if I choose to, and it can negate, what is that thing called? Ojama Trio if I choose to. But it's a little awkward into Ojama Trio because it will cost me life points and I'll have to flip the Oppression when I could just synchro off the tokens. But we rip into Anatomy, which is so good right here because I'm about to, bring down this guy, and now I have the Anatomy to plus. So we're just going to get a +1 with that Anatomy, which is a little dangerous because, like I said, he could have Secret Barrel, but, you know, we're going to synchro off and lose cards that way. We draw into a 7 tools, which is one of our win conditions. We go into a Naturia Beast, which is actually not that great into Chainburn. And he goes for an end phase Ojama Trio. So we don't have a tuner in our hand right now. And I don't want to get hit for a lot by Just Desserts. So I'm pretty sure I am about to Royal Oppression this Ojama Trio, which looks a little sus. But I just am worried that he's going to have Just Desserts, and I can't be taking 2,000 for each Just Desserts. And then he's going to be able to, you know, if he wanted to, swing over the tokens technically. But yeah, he sits his 5th back row. Reading that he's got some Dimension Walls back there, maybe some of those what is that card called? Oh man, the Chainlink 4 that draws 2, I can't remember. Accumulated Fortune, yeah, that thing. But yeah, we have the Book of Moon and the 7 tools to play through those Dimension Walls and Magical Dimensions, Magical Cylinders, whatever they're called. I don't play these bullshit decks. But okay, so we swing in with our quick. He searches a Scarecrow. We don't care about that. And our quick will trigger. And now this is nice because I like being able to swing with these small monsters. He flips a Wabaku. And that's fine. That is a -1 for him. I mean, I wasn't even going to attack with this Naturia Beast, so he literally burned a Wabaku to save 500 life points. This is what I'm talking about when I say this dude is literally so bad at this game. But okay. Flips the Wabaku just for the vibes, I guess. And then he hits us with the Just Desserts on a new chain. And we're going to take the 1500. Chainlink 2, he'll get the Yada. And that's it. It's just for the vibes, I guess. The way that you win with this deck is by building your chain, but I guess he doesn't understand that. So we keep our Book of Moon in hand. Book of Moon in hand can help if we get to a Landoise, because you pitch spells to negate monster effects, but I'm probably not getting to a Landoise with Royal Oppression up. Flips his Jar. So I think it's just this card that's been sitting there. Now we go on the end phase with an MST so that he cannot build his chain. I want this 7 tools to be used for like a big card, like either an Accumulated Fortune or like a big magical dimension, or like to finish the game when he thinks he's going to survive on a Wabaku, that kind of thing. Okay. So here I just keep putting weenies on the board. And I'm helping myself dig into a Trunade, because if I get to a Trunade, he will lose. Here he hits me with actually a really big Secret Barrel. This is the risk of adding cards to my hand against this deck. Now I've put 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 2200 damage on that Secret Barrel, which is a lot. It's kind of funny he chose to go for the Secret Barrel right there when I think I added... Did I not add an Anatomy? Yeah, I added an Anatomy. So, like, he doesn't understand that, like, the Anatomy is about to go +1. So if he just waited for the Anatomy to resolve, I would have another card. But, again, he doesn't understand how to play. But, okay. I end up adding the Tuner. I am hoping to draw into a Trunade with this. If I draw a Trunade, he will die. I do not find the Trunade, but we keep digging, which is good. Our hand is unfortunately all monsters, but here what we're able to do is not play... I can hold my 7 tools, not be forced to use it on like a Dimension Wall or anything. We know he has a Swift Scarecrow in hand, and you can also play around Swift Scarecrow. If Swift Scarecrow isn't the thing that stops the battle from being... ended, it will not end your battle phase. If Swift Scarecrow doesn't negate the attack, your battle phase won't end. So if you chain things like Compulse, Book of Moon kind of things to Swift Scarecrow, you play around them. So I'm holding this Book of Moon in hand, possibly for that, possibly for a Landoise to negate Swift Scarecrow from hand. And I'm just hitting with the small guys to get him in with some chip. I'm not going to swing with this Naturia Beast if I had to guess, but he just... into non-lethal damage, burns the Swift Scarecrow. It's another -1 for him, so he is just burning resources. Here I just Synchro and let him Oppression. I'm doing this because it's going to burn him for 800, and I'm losing cards on the field. I didn't want to leave 4 monsters on the field into a Just Desserts, and I already have Synchro plays the following turn, or I can just keep putting down small guys to just poke him, because he just keeps burning resources. Now he's down to 4 cards. He cannot win with such few cards. Sets 3. I still have my 7 tools. What did I draw for turn? Was it another monster? I'm guessing it was another monster. I'm like running out of monsters in the deck because I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, probably only have like a few monsters left in the deck. I just put a soldier down because I just want to keep hitting him for some chip. If I were to put one of my tuners down, this one's 0 attack, so it doesn't really serve a purpose, and it just makes Just Desserts juicier. I set my bottomless. This is actually not super necessary, but I can just bottomless like a lava golem instead of royal oppressioning it if I end up taking the oppression off the field with like an MST. I draw another monster. This is kind of great. I'm not going to check. This is kind of crazy because I don't have that many monsters left in my deck. I swing in, and I do not attack with an Naturia Beast. I'm conditioning him a little bit to think that I'm not going to attack with this Naturia Beast also. He just passes, and there is the Trunade. Let's go. Yeah, he's going to die now. So that ends the chain when I 7-tools that. And he already, like I said, wasted the Swift Scarecrow for no reason. He has 23 cards left in deck, so most probably he has at most 1 Swift Scarecrow in his hand. He probably does not have 2 because he has 23 cards left in deck. I only have 1 spell in my hand because I kept this Book of Moon in my hand. So I am hopefully... Oh, and I'm also checking 3 of the cards in his hand are sets, spell traps. So he only has 2 cards in his hand that are not spell traps. So he probably does not have 2 Swift Scarecrow. He Swift Scarecrows me, and that's game. He's complaining about me playing Landois, again, showing how dumb this dude is. I open Judgment. This is a very suspect card in this matchup. You could argue that it should be sided out. And man, this hand is so juicy. But I make I remember this is the worst turn that I play of this entire tournament. I make a really bad misplay. There's only 1 card that I have to play around right now, which is Ojama Trio, and I don't. And I just make a really greedy play on my Anatomy. This is a really bad play. Oh, I hit him with a misclick. Yeah, that was misclick. Sorry, buddy. So here I can go Mega Plus if I just cash now, get 2 counters, Instant Fusion, Barredo into a Strategist, and then I am playing around Ojama Trio the entire time because I only put 2 monsters on the field, and then I'll end with a Strategist or a what is it called? Yeah, Strategist. I'll draw 1 with Barredo and then draw 4 more with these cards. And if he tries Ojama Trioing me, I will be able to synchro those tokens off and make a Trishula, which is so funny. But I misplay this turn really bad. I'm just gonna be honest. I just fucked this turn up. I should not summon here, because then he can chain to my Instant Fusion. Yeah, this is just a really, really bad job. Oh my god, that's so greedy. Yeah. Yeah, this is a really bad turn. So horrible, horrible turn from me, and I get mega punished. He does this before I put down a Naturia Beast, so... Yep, I play right into that. Unfortunate. Or I shouldn't even say unfortunate, that was self-inflicted, so that's just... Bad technical play. Very disappointing. I do Trishula him, so he's still in a losing position now. But I got hit for a ton of damage, and I missed out on drawing like 5 right there. And he has Lava Golem. Tough. So I Lava Golem so it's not face up during my standby phase to avoid 1,000 damage. Hit him for 3,000. Hits me with the Just Desserts, that's fine. And then Ojama Trio would make this lethal, because it would put 3 more monsters on my field. So I just Judgment the Ojama Trio. As long as this card doesn't stop the battle, this is the end of the match. But it does, so... Yeah, I'm gonna die to the Lava Golem next turn. I draw into the Instant Fusion. I'm forced to Black Rose myself to get the Lava Golem off the field. I think he draws Duality. And he adds Magic Cylinder. He should have added Chain. Oh no, I guess that's fine. Okay, he has Chain Strike. Yeah, so now there's no way for me to win because I cannot clear the Magic Cylinder without activating a card, and if I activate a card, then Chain Strike will burn me for game. So that's the end of the game. I probably just scoop. He's pretty excited because he won a game. He definitely should not have won that game. That is a misplay on my part, so that's on me. Alright, game 3, we open the floodgates. And we open some searchers, so slow hand, but we are going to get to a position where he can't win because I'm going to be able to put up a, preferably a Gozen, but if need be a rivalry, where he's not able to tribute with my monsters for his Lava Golem, and then he'll have no way to clear something like an Aturia Beast, so it'll go like game 1, basically. No need to play this Anatomy because he's not going to attack my monster. I've literally never seen him declare an attack in any of the matches I've watched from him. I didn't even see what he added. It really doesn't matter because I'm playing against such a weak player. Okay, end phase, we space him. Hit the strike. That's actually not a good hit because I'm going to go into an Aturia Beast where he couldn't even chain strike me. So here I could go for a Trishula if I choose, but I'm probably not going to. Gets me with a Secret Barrel, that's fine. This is as big as my hand is going to get, so this is a good time for the Secret Barrel. 1600. Okay, so I just elect to swing with the smaller bodies because I don't want to synchro and put a bigger body on the field. Yeah, I'm probably not going to Trishula him because, again, I have Rivalry and Gozen down, and that's like my only monster that I would summon that's not an Earth. So I'm probably just going to go, yeah. So I end up going for a Naturia Beast this way. This is interesting because I actually could have gone Nanishi plus Quick into a Beret, and then Beret effect get a like Nanishi or a, yeah, probably a Nanishi. Yeah, I guess I could get a Strategist. And go into an Aturia Beast next to my Beret. But I probably do it this way because I don't want something as big as a Beret, and I don't want both of my monsters to be so large, because then it'll make a Magic Cylinder too damaging. So I just want to keep my guys smaller so that I can poke him without him hitting me for big damage on a cylinder. And then in the standby phase, I goes in him because I'm sure he is holding Lava Golems. Yep, not smart. Not smart, he doesn't side around, stuff like this. So yeah, he's just gonna get slowly poked down. I do swing with an Aturia Beast. Here I'm checking if he actually has anything, and he doesn't even have a Magic Cylinder. So yeah, he's gonna die next turn. I know that this card is not a Magic Cylinder now, and I have a Book of Moon to play through a stop on an attack. Okay, he gets his Accumulated Fortune and his Threatening Roar off. And I find Tools and Dust Tornado, so yeah, he's gonna die next turn. And I get the Landois. Yeah. So now I have too many things to stop the battle phase with the Dust Tornado and the 7 tools. I have an Aturia Beast up. I have Gozen. And now I have a stop for his Swift Scarecrow. So yeah, he's just going to die. Go for the end phase Dust. Okay, that didn't matter. Yep, I'll just kill him. Goes for the Magic Cylinder, so now I'm forced to book my... You know, I didn't even need to do that. I actually could have just kept this Landois up. I just didn't want to let him hit me for any damage, I guess. I could have 7 tools that. Yeah, I didn't even need to book that. I actually think that was a mistake to book that. And then I hit him with the 7 tools. And that is game. He hits me with the GG and I just leave. Nice. Alright, this is round 5. I'm up against Dark Signer. This guy plays a lot of Tengu, and I have never, ever seen him play a deck besides Agents. So I'm very sure he's on Agents. But he sets 2 back row, and we lose dice again. Okay, so we have this weird art of Monster Reborn, and then 2 cash, and an instant fusion. So we are basically good to set up for a really explosive next turn. If I had to guess, the move would be Summon Soldier, activate both caches, and search Nanishi plus Merchant. That would be pretty good. So I swing in. That was kind of unnecessary. I definitely could have done this first, because if that got hit, that would have been pretty bad. Okay, and then, yep, search those 2, and then I wonder if I set more than 1. Nope, I just set my warning. Summons the Jupiter. This is a weird one. You don't normally see this card in the Tengu version of this deck, but they don't have like tour guides and stuff like that, so we just soldier into soldier. I could blind space, hope to hit a warning. Probably makes sense. He probably doesn't. I mean, he probably doesn't have an MST because he let this set go through, and I could have had a dust shoot. So if he had an MST, he probably would have wanted to avoid a turn 1 dust shoot. So probably doesn't have an MST. And I hit a judgment. That's pretty nice. So I'm probably just going to want to make this aggressive play. Now, I only have 1 face-up tuner, so he could hurt me if I were to get this Nanishi booked or something, but because I have the Soldier, I actually can Soldier crash into this Jupiter, and then I can go like Strategist, change this to defense position, bang bang, take some more damage, and then I could like Trishula him, which would be okay. He hits me with the orange light. That is really rough because now I have this exposed Merchant, which is the risk of making main 1 plays into when you're playing Karakuri. So I'm definitely going to be forced to go for the Reborn, and the options on the Reborn are I could Reborn his Christia, which would be pretty nasty, or I can just Reborn a tuner and make my instant fusion play. So I held that instant fusion because of something like this. He hits me with the oof. He starts complaining. When your opponent's complaining, definitely they're in a bad spot, which is good. Okay. I changed the Merchant to defense position just in case, because it's really a liability in attack position. Then I'll get my draw. And this is a Naturia Beast, like I said. But it could also... So I actually could go for Catastrophe here, in case I'm afraid of Honest. And Catastrophe is just really good into Agents, especially with Tour Guide not legal. But I just choose to go into the Naturia Beast because it kind of cooks. In case of like Dark Hole. Checks his graveyard, very scary when you're playing against Agents. But he doesn't have like a way to like get through this back row with Naturia Beast up. He's forced to play into it. He does have the Hyperion. I instant Solemn Warning it. And now he doesn't really have a way to extend with 3 fairies in grave and a Naturia Beast up, so he can't Reborn or anything. So he's kind of cooked right now. Oh, so here he's saying that he has a Christia in hand, basically. So he swings in. And now he's going to drop Christia. This is weird. I called out last card Lance. I wonder... I don't know why I had a read on... Should we take a look real quick? What was the last card? But yeah, that wasn't enough because I have a Barreto in my hand. It was a return. He had a return from a different dimension. Okay, that's weird. Okay, so we'll be going second. This hand is cracked. Opens Venus. Okay, he's playing Upstart. Okay, so he sets 2 again. Yeah, this agent deck is different than the one we remember from Tengu. Yeah, my hand is cracked, but I probably don't want to make a play turn 1 with 7 tools in hand. Yeah. So I set 3. None of them are traps. Oh, just 7 tools. Yeah, literally no protection, but it's just 7 tools. This is always scary when they do this because they could technically tribute summon for Christia, which would suck. He just pokes. Okay, we draw a warning, which is a little scary because if you look, we have 7 tools that cost 1,000, instant fusion that costs 1,000, warning that costs 2,000. So that's 2,100 we have after we pay for all that. And he has a board. He's up a lot of cards because of this silly Venus. So I hit him with the T, nice. And yeah, I'm just gonna, I don't really have a choice. I have to make an offensive push. Oh, I'm probably thinking if I want to Dark Hole him first. It's just not really valuable to Dark Hole him first because this, I can clear this. Like, I can clear this. It's not like I'm going to turn off Christia either with a Dark Hole because he literally has 4 fairies right there. So, yeah, it's not like I can put him over or anything. I do Dark Hole. Okay, I don't really know why I Dark Hole here. I don't really like that play. I must be thinking that I'm going to have a board at the end of this and I'm not going to have a chance to Dark Hole again, but I don't really see the point of Dark Holing there. Interesting, I searched Nanishi here. Actually, I think the better search... Oh, I already have a Cash. Okay, if I have a Cash, then definitely the better search is a Anatomy. But, man, I'm not used to playing with that card. But yeah, unless I'm planning on going into like a Catastrophe here, it's definitely better to go for the Anatomy because I have a Cash, so I can just Instant Fusion, Cybersaurus, Barredo, Special Strategist, change, draw off Barredo, get 1 counter off the Anatomy, and then Cash, get the 2nd counter off the Anatomy, search this Nanishi that I seem to want, and draw 2. But I probably wouldn't search the Nanishi. Okay, so I just go into a Naturia Beast. Okay, so I chose to just have this Nanishi Instant Fusion as follow-up, and I don't want to pay all the life points. And yeah, Nanishi plus Cash plus Instant Fusion is obviously really good. So that's what I'm banking on, I guess. And that's why I went for the Dark Hole. But yeah, this was a weaker play than... I mean, I could have a Barredo next to this. So I must have not been confident that this play was going to go through into 2 back row, even though I have 7 tools. And there's the Christia. Hit him with the warning. He does not seem to have the Judgment. And there's the Hyperion. Yeah. This sucks. This sucks. I'm pretty cooked right now. And now I can't afford both my 7 tools and my Instant Fusion. And I kind of need my Instant Fusion. I guess I don't really need my Instant Fusion because I have the Cash, yeah. Oh, and I'm going to go for a Catastor, it looks like. Could have gone for a Beret there. Yep, so... like you can see, I was not confident I was going to be able to pay for the Instant Fusion. I felt I needed the 7 tools. Oof. Yeah, I got cooked. Yeah, I don't think it really mattered which play I was going to go for. Because he had Compulse, he had Hyperion, he had Christia, and he had the Orange Light that was live. So yeah, I was gonna get cooked. Alright, we're going first. We have the Oppression, very cringe. And yeah, we have a Naturia Beast play. That's pretty good. Probably I'll just go for that. I mean, I can go for a Naturia Beast and then have a level 7 Synchro play as follow-up because I can search the Nanishi. Yep, so let's go Naturia Beast at 2. Very, very strong open. He opened the Venus again. I'm just going to Royal Oppression him right off the rip. I want to leave the Dead Shine Balls in his deck as bad draws. And I'm just going to try to control the game with the Suppression. This is definitely a little bit scary because I don't want to play under this Oppression. If he clears my Naturia Beast, I'm not a strong deck under Oppression, and it's kind of scary having to deal with the, what's that thing called, Jupiter? Because it can go up to like 26 as a normal summon, which is crazy. He Mind Crushes. I love this card, so it's so cool to see this getting played in this format. I'm not sure if this is common or not. Like I said, this is my first tournament in this format. He calls Nanishi, and I reveal my hand. I'm not sure if it's required, but I think it's extremely lame to not reveal your hand for Mind Crush. Wow, he calls them Giant Rat Guy? Come on, man. Okay. And he has the Compulse, so yeah, this is what I was worried about. Now I have my Oppression up and I don't have the board, so we are not in a great spot. We're going to have to play the beatdown game. We are technically up a card, and now he's giving us a little bit of life, which is good, but yeah, we're going to have to hit him down so that he can't pay for Oppression, probably, but it's not likely. I mean... This is so funny. He has the Honest. I literally have no way to kill this Honest. Yeah, so we just go for the beatdown, and he has an Honest. And this is so punishing because these are required to attack, so I just got hit for 1,000. Okay, so I wonder if I do it. I actually could, I mean, he didn't Mirror Force me just now, so he probably doesn't have it. I should, in my opinion, I should go Strategist, change this Honest to attack position, and swing at it, but I do not remember if that happens. Okay, I do. Cool. And I change my Strategist just in case something happens, because the Honest can't run it over, and Quick is obviously a threat. Quick activates in damage step, so you can't Royal Oppression it. And he has the book for the Honest. Now I'm going to get hit for 1,000 again. It's so tough. Man, Lance would have done so well. Actually, Lance would have done well a lot of points in this tournament. Would have saved my Beast from the Compulse. That's probably something to consider for next time. What was that card that I set? Dust Shoot. Oh, that's too bad. Drew the Dust Shoot too late. He does not do anything with his Honest. He probably should be setting that Honest so it's not face up, but he doesn't. He probably should be doing that, though. Oh, we find a Trap Stun. That's actually really interesting because we can turn off our own Oppression. I wonder if that was a consideration when I flipped the Oppression. Am I gonna? Yep, I unphase the this card in case it's like a Judgment. That's so interesting. He set an MST when this Oppression is cooking him. I wonder if he probably doesn't have like a Hyperion or anything like that, or doesn't feel confident that he can play through my back row because yeah, I would think that he wouldn't set a card like MST when you want to clear the Oppression, but he must think that he doesn't have any offensive pressure coming down and just I have offensive pressure, so the Oppression's probably hurting me more than him. Yeah, that is so interesting. Also, it's interesting that I chose to flip the Oppression when I have Warning earlier in the game. Did I open Warning Oppression? I must have opened Warning Oppression and chose to flip the Oppression on the Venus instead of the Warning. That's also interesting. Yeah. Okay, anyways, he must not have a Hyperion in his hand. So here I'm probably thinking if I want to stun. Yep, so I'm gonna stun. So I could have like waited to synchro and then stunned after he pays for Oppression, which would burn him for 800, but it risks if he were to like Warning my synchro instead, but then I get to keep my stun, but then I don't have a tuner. Yeah, and it also risks if he has Judgment, I go really minus. So I just choose to see if he's gonna Judgment now. And now I go for the synchro play. He's already Book of Moon, but he has 2 cards in hand, and one of them is an orange light. So that is just brutal. I actually could My Body's a Shield there, but I'm sure I don't have it in Game 3. But yeah, that is so brutal. He had 2 cards in hand, and one of them was an orange light, so I get absolutely cooked right there. Really, really rough. It's not even a minus for him, actually. But yeah, we continue playing this slow game. Draw the Judgment. I set 5. This is always risky when you have full back row, and one of them is a Dust Shoot. That was like a bluff set, you could say. But I felt the need to bring down this Judgment. Still nothing happening in this game. And now I cannot activate this Anatomy, which is sad. But I'm hoping that I can flip... Yeah, I'm hoping that I can flip a Dust Shoot on his draw phase, and then Anatomy works on flip summons, so if I get to Dust Shoot him in the draw phase, or in the standby phase, whatever, I am going to go up so many cards. I'm going to draw for turn, and then I'm going to draw 2 more off this Anatomy. Yep, he gets hit with the Dust Shoot. Does he have no monsters? Oh, he does. Okay, I was just checking the graveyard. Okay, he has 3 fairies. Oh, this is interesting, because like this is like the dilemma that you see sometimes in Edison format with Dust Shoot, where it's like, do I want to take the Dark Armed, or do I want to try to keep him off the Dark Armed and take something else? Like, he has 3 fairies in grave. He has an orange light in his hand, a Jupiter that can banish from the graveyard, Christia. And he has, like, his hand is all really good cards if he ever clears the suppression. So, I remember thinking, I kind of want to, like, not take the Christia and just keep him off the Christia. Like, just feel like I am good enough to be able to keep him off the Christia. But, like, if he True Nades me, I don't know. I mean, I have the Judgment and the Warning and the Bottomless, so I feel like I could keep him off the Christia and just take the orange light, because I don't want to play through that orange light. But I think I end up taking the Christia, because I just don't want to lose the game to a Christia, because that's his win condition for sure. Let's see. Do I just... Yeah, I just take the Christia, and now I'm forced to play through the orange light. And I remember thinking, like, this is like the coward's move. You should just try to play through the Christia with all these back row, but if he like Judgment, if he like True Nade Judgments, and then I can't keep my traps on the field and he easily drops a Christia, yeah, I'm just gonna get cooked. But I know his hand now, so I know I have to play through an orange light. So how am I gonna get through this Honest? This is actually so funny how much of a nuisance it's been. I do this in main 2 because I don't want to have to attack into this Honest and take more damage. And I find the Smashing Ground. That's so funny I had a Smashing Ground in. I don't know if I Smashing Ground this turn. Yeah, I decided not to. Gives me more life. We appreciate that. But the dangerous thing about this is he gets a new card now that I didn't know about. I guess that's no different from just drawing for turn. We finally find the True Nade, so yeah, it's definitely sad that I didn't take the orange light, because I definitely don't want to play through that orange light, but we did this to ourselves. So I could True Nade to get rid of the suppression, but there's really no point, because I don't have a tuner anyways. So I'm probably just going to Smashing Ground and swing at him. Oh, I do True Nade. Okay. I don't understand that one. I must be scared that this Smashing Ground is my only out to his Honest. Oh, and I just want to hit him for 1,000,000. Oh yeah, because this is a ton of damage. That's 34 plus 28. He's just laughing at me for the Smashing Ground play. I thought it was fine. Oh, we go for the Roach. But again, this isn't that great of a play because he has an orange light. So it's like, this Roach doesn't even deal with the orange light. He has the Dark Hole, so I'm forced to Judgment that. Then I Bottomless the Venus, because that's his... Oh no, it's not even his only agent. And it keeps 4 fairies in graveyard. So why did I bottomless the Venus? Probably because if I don't, he can pay twice to get a Gotchi and then swing over my Steel Swarm Roach. But again, the Steel Swarm Roach is not that valuable because he has an Orange Light. And also, let's remember, we know he has Orange Light plus Jupiter, and then we knew about the Venus, and we sent back the Christia. So we know he has Orange Light plus Jupiter, and then 3 of these cards were set. So he only has 1 other card in addition to that. So he can at most have one Hyperion that he drew into. And it is Hyperion. Okay, so we know that his hand is Jupiter, Orange Light, and 3 spell traps. So we cannot Roach here because Orange Light will negate it. So we are just gonna bottomless, I'm guessing. Or we could just Warning in case of a Lance. It's probably safer to just Warning, actually. Oh, we have the Oppression. He has the MST. So that wasn't terribly smart. But we'll probably... Yeah, we definitely should have just Warninged that. Whatever. We'll probably just bottomless now. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't very smart. Okay, and then he sets 2. So he has Jupiter Orange Light, so maybe it was the MST that was set and he had a Dark Hole that he drew off the upstart. I'm not sure. Okay, so we just swing in. He returns right there. So that was the first time we'd seen return. And him doing this makes me believe that he has a torrential that he wants to flip. So I'm gonna Warning this. That's why I didn't Warning the Hyperion. We're so smart. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna Warning this because I'm scared he can flip a torrential to like equalize right here. We just Warning. And yep, last card was torrential. And then the last 2 cards. Yep. Okay, so that was actually, again, like I said, all of the matches were really fun. So I think that this was the last round of Swiss. And yeah, we ended undefeated in Swiss, so pretty cool. We ended up winning the first 5 rounds of our first Nexus tournament. So we will jump into Top Cut. All right, here we are in Top 8, I want to say. This was Top 8. Yeah, Top 8. So... we get paired, sadly, against Valerico, who is the person who actually originally pinged me to play Nexus format. Valerico sent me the list, talked to me throughout the tournament. Really, really nice dude. Obviously, like, super passionate about Karakuri, which is cool, because apparently there are 2 of us. You know, not a lot of people really care about the archetype. I obviously have like cared about Karakuri for a really long time. I've tried making it work in Tengu for a really long time. But yeah, so Valerico pulled me into this tournament, gave me the list, so we're playing the exact same deck, so this is a proper mirror match. But yeah, sadly one of us has to lose. And we win dice. That's huge. Hopefully 6 cards Nanishi. No, oh, but it's even better actually. We have an instant fusion. Yeah, this hand is cracked now with that instant fusion because, yeah, I was hoping for an Nanishi because that would give us an opening Nap Beast, but this is actually instead of a Nap Beast, this is actually a Barreto +1 plus a Nap Beast. So yeah, this hand is cracked. Let's just fast forward. Obviously everyone knows the Karakuri combos, right? And then we draw into a defensive card with the bottomless trap hole. So yeah, this was completely unfair. Cracked opening from the good guys. And he sets 4. Might be lying. And we blind space a bottomless. That probably wasn't doing anything for him, honestly. So not a great hit. So here we could change our Barreto's battle position with no hypa in this format. There's nothing that really can run over the Barreto. He would have to synchro to run it over. But it's just a bit greedy. I'm not sure if I do it, and I have a 7 tools in my hand now, so I really want to just save my big play for next turn. With the 7 tools, I probably do not want to swing with this Barreto. Actually, now that I'm talking about it, Mirror Force punishes me really hard, and it's very silly with the 7 tools in my hand, so I probably just want to change the battle position of this Barreto, honestly. The only thing that's scary is I have a 7 tool, so there's no way he's going to get through the bottomless. Yeah, because he would need literally like Mirror Force to stop this attack and Trap Stun for the so that my bottomless doesn't go through, but then that gets hit with a 7 tool, so we would also need like a Judgment or something. So like probably the best play is to switch my Barreto to defense position and get a draw, and then go into a beret. Okay, so I do make a beret play. Here, if he has like a Royal Oppression, he's forced to flip it, but I play right into this Solemn Warning, which is fine. I should change this Barreto's battle position because I don't want to give him a... Yep, I do it. Okay, cool. So I did play that correctly. And now I draw into a Judgment, so this is kind of like lights out now, because there's no way with 2 cards down he's going to be able to get through Naturia Beast and make a synchro play. So yeah, that was the right play. I kind of took advantage of the fact that I know he's not playing Torrential. So here he sadly has to make this, whoa, hold up, what was that? Oh, I do this because, yeah, this is again kind of bullying. I do this because he is forced to attack with this soldier. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit of bullying. But it's a little ugly because now I let him keep his battle recruiter. So he's gonna be able to keep a monster on board next turn unless I draw a tuner. Oh, and I draw, wow, okay. Well, I guess he wasn't getting through the bottomless in 7 tools anyways. Now I draw into the Mirror Force. Yeah, this one's super over now. That actually, we just skip a step. That soldier changes to defense position, so that actually was not a crash. Also, wait, did I? Hold on. So I think I just caught a little misplay. Yeah. So I drew the Mirror Force off the Barreto. So I actually could have just cashed my Barreto to attack position, and then I could have searched a quick, which would have been a better normal summon than the soldier. And then the quick could have gotten back like a strategist to attack over. Yeah, that was a misplay. So what I should have done was cashed my Barreto to attack position, search quick, normal quick, then attack quick into his soldier. And I am turn player, mandatory on quick, so he would be channeling 2. So he would special a soldier off of the soldier, and then my quick could special summon a strategist from the graveyard, change to attack position, and then kill his soldier, and then he wouldn't be able to keep a monster on the field at the end of the turn. So that was a misplay, actually. That was actually a pretty big misplay right there, because then I would have been able to kill soldier 1 with quick, get strategist, kill soldier 2 with strategist. He gets a 3rd soldier, kill that with Naturia Beast, and then swing directly with my Barreto. So that was a misplay. So now he's going to be able to keep a monster. I don't kill this one because I don't want to let him end on like a tuner if he has like a non-tuner in hand, which is more likely than having a tuner in hand. Wait, is it? I actually don't know if it is. Yeah, it is when you count the instant fusions. But wait, I have a Naturia Beast. Yeah, so I actually think there's more tuners in the deck at this point with the soldiers gone. So yeah, okay, whatever. But yeah, I should have done that that play to get the quick. I get it now, and I don't set the Mirror Force. Why do I not set the Mirror Force? Okay, let's think about this one. I got nothing. Why did I not set the Mirror Force here? Man, I am really struggling to understand why I wouldn't set the Mirror Force here. Oh, I'm afraid that he has a Black Rose line now, because I don't have... Oh, yeah, okay. I'm afraid he has access to Black Rose now, because I burned my Solemn Judgment and I left a monster on the field. Wow, this was such a big misplay not going for the quick. Now if he has 5 copies of level 3 tuners in his deck, and he could Black Rose me. And I don't have a stop for that, so that's why I don't set the Mirror Force. But I allow his soldier to swing into a quick. Man, at least he doesn't have a level 3 tuner in the graveyard, but man, that is tough. Yeah, now I'm definitely not feeling too hot. So you can go into a level 8 now. And it's funny, actually, if this wasn't a Watchdog, I actually could... Nah, it doesn't matter because I have a Strategist. Never mind. I was going to say I could force him to kill himself, but actually he could swing at my Strategist. This is so funny because I think most of this technical stuff is going to be lost on most people because like no one really plays Karakuris like that. But yeah, Watchdog can't die in attack position. Okay, so now he can go for a level 8 Synchro. So he's not actually in the craziest position. He's going to go for Barredo. I'm definitely going to bottomless this thing. Yep. And he's out of soldiers. Goes for the quick. He had the level 3. Wow. He could have just Black Rosed me. Oh man, Val. Think you fucked that one up. Could have Black Rosed me. I wouldn't have gotten this trap stun this turn. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I think he should have Black Rosed me. Oh, he's going to go for a Trishula. Okay. Yep, he goes for a Trishula. Yeah, not bad. I mean, I still think he's losing, though. Because I have a level 8, like, right in front of you right now, and 7 tools. Draw my second Trap Stun, so I have Trap Stun, 7 tools, so whatever I want to do is happening. But yeah, I can literally just go for a Scrap Dragon if I choose to. That's probably what I do. Oh, I'm going to go for a Beret. Okay. Yeah, so I get to keep my Naturia Beast up. Because sometimes, the thing is, people will set spells into Naturia Beast to try to make you think that there's traps there. So we don't even know if these are all... But no, that was a real trap. But I have the 7 tools, like I said. So now I do have to play into this last back row. And I decide I'm going to go for the Stardust just in case this is a Mirror Force. Nope, like I said, it's a spell. Alright, so we win game 1. Yeah, that was really fun. I don't know if I've ever played a Karakuri mirror, actually, now that I'm talking about it. But yeah, it was a really fun game. Game 2, let's see how we do. Okay, looks like I had Dust for the anatomies, I guess. I know Val is a anatomy enjoyer. Okay, and we draw the Evil Royal Oppression. I think anatomy works for a Karakuri monster, yeah, so it's gonna work for the opponent's monsters. That's actually really funny. So I'd probably just stick the anatomy up, yeah, that's funny. And I'm not really locked under these back row because I have a Dust Tornado. He MSTs my anatomy. That's pretty funny. I hit him with a think as if I have a solemn judgment. This is a classic. And then he preemptively trap stuns. Very conservative, very smart. And yeah, there's not much I can do when he does that. So he set the cash probably to protect his trap stun. He didn't want his trap stun to get end phase MST'd. So yeah, he really wanted this trap stun to go through, probably because he has an explosive play in his hand. He's going to go for the Burrito +1. He's going to risk Dark Hole here by doing this, unless he has an instant fusion in his hand, in which case I will just get okay, he has an instant. Yeah, so I am going to get completely fried by this. There's like not much I can do. Oh wow, he goes full greed. He wants to draw another card. You can only activate 1 instant fusion per turn. Okay, because he has a... Alright, yeah, I'm cooked. Yeah, so he's going to go for Naturia Beast here. He doesn't even need to go for the Stardust. So, yeah. And there's basically no way to stop him from drawing 2 more with that Burrito with those Burritos next turn, so... Oh, he's just going to kill me? No. This isn't quite game. But it turns off my Solemn Warning, my Oppression, my Instant Fusions, my 7 tools, yeah. So I got kind of clapped. Yeah, that was a swift spanking. He hits me with the GG2, and I hit him with the, you know. Okay, game 3. We get to go first, though, so that's not going to happen again. And not great. Not great. Yep, this is the dilemma we had against, I want to say it was Dinosaurs, where we open Instant Fusion Watchdog. This is not the tuner you want with Watchdog. If I had a level 3 tuner, this hand is obscene. Like, obscene. But we have the one Watchdog instead. So now this hand is like Stardust Dragon, I guess? Like, it's kind of just Stardust Dragon. Like, what? I mean, it's... I could go for the Merchant Search a level 3 tuner, and then my hand is obscene the following turn, but then I'm playing into back row. So it's like, I'm probably just going to go for Stardust Dragon. See if I take a while to think about it. I think I have to go for Stardust here. So it was like 25-40. Yeah, it took like over a minute to think about it, but I'm just going to go for Stardust. Okay. And then he puts the anatomy right in front of me. Alright, this is good-ish. So I don't even change the battle position because... Oh, I do. Okay, never mind. So we're both going to get 1 counter. Oh, we're just praying he goes for his draw 1. I wonder if I Stardust that. I don't. Because I'm worried that he's going to have like an oppression or a warning for my Stardust on the way back. And I'm going to get fucking cooked. So I really need to stick the Stardust. He hits me with the Trap Stun. Instant Fusion. Oh my god, I am so lucky I have a Book of Moon right now. So I think I'm considering booking the Cybersaurus. Yeah, I think I'm considering booking the Cybersaurus so that he has to swing in with his Nanishi and take damage. But it won't kill the Nanishi because this is in defense position, and also it would get so punished by a cash. If he has a cash, he would win like immediately. So I just booked that. He didn't have the cash. Oh, he did have oppression and warning. Okay, so that's what would have happened if I used my Stardust negate. Yeah, that would have been bad. Okay. Oh, we go for the anatomy. Nice greed, nice greed. And we're gonna go for the beret. And he's, I'm sure, gonna warning. Yep. We draw the dust shoot. That's too bad. Now he gets to draw 2 with this anatomy. Okay. I didn't want to swing into a soldier and then be forced to take damage with my merchant. If he summons like an Anishi. And I have a trap stun now. Oh, I don't think that I can even Stardust that. Wait. I don't even think Stardust can negate a Royal Oppression on an inherent special summon because I don't think I control... Yeah, because the card isn't even on the field. So Oppression is negating the summon, so the monster never hits the field, so I don't even think I can negate Oppression. So I don't even think that was legal. And we win. Okay, well, it didn't matter because I would have swung directly with the Stardust. But yeah, I don't think that was legal, actually. I'll have to look that up after this, but I think that was illegal. But yeah, we win our top 8, so it is on to top 4 next. Alright, we are on to top 4. I don't want to give any spoilers about this one, but I will say that this is... I gotta say, this is probably the most frustrating match of Yu-Gi-Oh! I will ever play in my entire life. I remember that this match of Yu-Gi-Oh! Just like was crazy. This one is absolutely insane. But let's get on to it. So we lose dice. We're going second. Our hand is just missing a piece. We have 7 tools trap stun, so we have no real defensive piece. These are offensive traps. Yeah, we don't have a tuner, so we kind of have to, and we don't have, the Nanishi to make the synchro play, so we kind of have to just allow him to possibly make a Logia right now if he has a second dinosaur. Oh, we're playing against Dino Rabbit. But yeah, so we kind of have to hope that he cannot make a Logia right now because we don't have a stop for that. Even though we have the 7 tools, we don't have like a bottomless or a warning or a judgment or anything like that. We don't have a mirror force to like force the negate or a book to disrupt or anything like that. But he summons a breaker, so I didn't even know that this was played in the Dino Rabbit deck. But yeah, we don't have anything to stop this breaker either, and we did set a bluff, and he actually snipes it. So yeah, I mean, I definitely wasn't expecting a breaker. We set this because we are going to be able to make a play with or without that card next turn if our soldier goes through. And we do want to protect our trap stun and our 7 tools because 7 tools is good into like a warning or later in the game to protect from like a mirror force or something like that when we do establish the board. And trap stun will allow us to take the board. Yeah, trap stun is just a crazy card, honestly. Okay, so we go straight into our Nanishi because he cannot run it over with the Saber Source, and he is going to go into a Steel Swarm Roach. Yep, I was not expecting this. I'm not used to this format, so I'm not used to getting cooked by Steel Swarm Roach, but it's interesting he chose to go for the Steel Swarm Roach because it cannot clear my Nanishi. I have a 1900 defense monster here. He probably doesn't understand or know how it works, but it is kind of awkward having to deal with what was I saying? Having to switch the battle position for Nanishi because it's kind of an interesting interaction when you have an Anishi that you just want to wall with. Because if you leave it in defense position, when it gets targeted for an attack, it'll go to attack position and die. So you need to like, you can't really wall with it because you need to end with it in attack position in order for it to change to defense position to survive. So I can't really just stick it. And he sets a 5th back row. So yeah, am I just cooked? Oh, yeah. Oh, I am cooked because if I had the cash, then I wouldn't necessarily be cooked. So I'm gonna go for the trap stun. Oh, duh. I have the strategist, yeah. So I can just change the sync to defense position. So we go for the Catastra because it's a machine, and then we can go for an 8. We should have one more strategist. So we're just hoping he doesn't have Dark Hole here. So if he doesn't, we're going to draw 2 cards next turn. He top decks Rabbit, which is crazy. Fucking rips it right off the top. So that was there's strike 1. Okay. He already 50% won the dice roll. Now he top decks Rabbit. I'm going to try to not sound like a bitch during this match. We flip the Oppression, and he doesn't have a stop for the Oppression, but now we have to play under our Oppression. So I'm definitely just going to change this strategist battle position, get another draw. I'm forced to attack. Yeah, I'm forced to attack with this merchant, but we do have the 7 tools, fortunately. And I don't attack with the Barredo because I don't want to eat a D prison. I am threatening a +1 next turn with this Anatomy, and then +1 more with the Barredo. And then he top decks Guaiba. So he goes from top deck Rabbit into top deck Guaiba, which is crazy. And he had the Mirror Force. But for some reason, he does not swing at this strategist. He must think that I can negate Guaiba effect with Oppression. So fortunately for us, our opponent doesn't know that I cannot negate that with Oppression. Here, I'm sure I'm just going to change. Did I already get the draw? Oh, wow, I draw Anatomy. That's crazy. So here, I'll trigger. And now... Oh, I think I make kind of an ugly play. Yeah, I draw 4 right there. Yeah, so here... Damn, I drew that many cards. That's crazy. I have to synchro because this is required to attack into that Guaiba. And I have the Oppression up. So I think I'm going to MST my own Oppression, which looks a little ugly. So I go for Naturia Beast. He activates Oppression, and I will MST my own Oppression. But then, now on the resolution of the summon, he bottomlesses my Naturia Beast, so it's a bit ugly. He already Mirror Forced me, so I ended up drawing this dead Dust Shoot, and then I have Instant Fusion Bottomless. Okay. He top decks Warwolf. Now this is a misplay. I remember this. I remember thinking that this was a bad play. I should have bottomlessed this Warwolf. I think I asked him if Maystroke is legal here. Yeah, he said Maystroke's not legal, but he swings over me with Book, and now he took the board when he didn't have it previously. But yeah, that was a big mistake. I should have bottomlessed that Warwolf. Big misplay on my part. But we're still up. We have 8 cards to his 4 right now, and we have this +1 Anatomy. If we can get that poppin'. I have an Instant Fusion down, but Dust Shoot's dead. Yeah, I should have just bottomless that Warwolf. But he had the one of Book of Moon. He does have a D-Prison that I was playing around with this Burrito. I wonder what the intent was swinging at that quick. It's interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure what the intent was. Maybe I was just trying to check if he had a battle trap. But that didn't accomplish anything because his Guaiba could have specialed off that, but he D-prisoned anyways. Yeah, that was a weird play from me. Hits me for 2,000. Now I can't play this instant fusion. My Dust Shoot is dead. Yeah, I should have just I don't know. Yeah, this is definitely frustrating. So I MST1, so now he just has one back row left. And then I draw one here. Yep, to get a defensive card, I draw a dead warning. So now, as long as this card right here isn't Solemn Warning, I will be able to survive with this soldier because I still have another soldier in deck, and then I'll be able to make a synchro play next turn. But all my cards are dead. Instant Fusion's dead, Dust Shoot's dead, Warning's dead. I only have this bottomless, really. Here I go for the soldier effect, and he does have last card warning. So this match was like, or this game, like, he ripped Rabbit off the top, Guaiba off the top, and then his last card, he had Mirror Force, and then his last card here is Warning to keep him alive when I have like a huge clapback on the following turn. He has a Lance. Yeah, crazy that he has the Warning there, and he just wins that. Insane. Okay, we open very strong. I'm probably just going to go... So my options are I could go straight into a Stardust, which is a little awkward with Gozen, or I can just go Burrito +1. And the only thing that punishes Burrito +1 is if he has Dark Hole. I don't go minus with it, and he literally needs the 1 of Dark Hole to punish it. So I do go Burrito +1. Now if he doesn't clear this turn, then I get... The pluses go crazy. I have a chance to draw into a Judgment here, but I draw into a Soldier. And I get to take a card from him with this Dust Shoot. And I have tools down. So as long as he doesn't have Dark Hole, we're cooking. And he does not have the Dark Hole, which is huge. I'm not going to lie, I was expecting him to have it because this match was just like, whew. But he opened Rabbit, so... I will probably take the Rabbit if I had to guess. I actually have Gozen, so normally Gozen cooks Rabbit, but I think they don't even play they don't even play Cabazols in this format, I think. So actually it doesn't... No, it still cooks because they can't overlay into... but they can still overlay into Pearl. So yeah, maybe Gozen isn't even good, actually. I'm not sure. Maybe the Nexus players will tell me. But yeah, I take this Rabbit, I'm sure. And then he has Warning, Oppression, MST, and 2 vanillas. So he'll probably blind... No, he doesn't blind space. Oh, wow, this is a really bad play. Yeah, he really shouldn't do that. He just gave me a draw. Yep, that was a very bad play. And then I know his sets are MST, Oppression, Warning. I cannot change my Burrito to defense position to get a draw here. So I just get some damage in, and then I'll probably set 2 if I had to guess. Any end phase spaces hits my Mirror Force. He shouldn't even be doing this. Okay, I thought he was about to swing in with the Saber Swords again. I think he learned his lesson from last turn. I have a 7 tools down, and I know that these 2 are Warning, Oppression, and this is whatever he drew, but I have a 7 tools. So yeah, I'm looking pretty good. Wow, and then I draw into this. So here I want to see if he will Oppression or if he'll Warning, because if he Oppressions here, then he has to play under Oppression. If he Warnings, then I can just 7 tools it. So he flips the Oppression. Do I have like an MST? No. I wonder if I just let this go. No, I 7 tools this. So now I know his last card is Warning. Oh, and he drew a Judgment. That's crazy. He drew a Judgment. But he's not even really in a good position after this because I know that this card is warning. But I had to burn my 7 tools. But still, he has to play through all these cards. And he draws Dark Hole. Like, what the fuck is this? So ridiculous. He draws Dark Hole. Okay. At least he has no live cards. He has 1 left that he can pay with Oppression. He draws a monster. I'm gonna bottomless this. Draw an MST. Duality. Gets to the Guaiba. Okay. It's annoying. Oh, I do have a warning. Okay, cool. Yep, I just warning it. I don't even want to take the damage. Find Snowman. Breaker. I'll probably... Do I book this? I guess I don't care what he hits. Because there's a 1 in 3 that he goes minus with his Breaker and hits an MST. Gozen's not that valuable. And then I have book. I shouldn't even book it, yeah. Most likely he doesn't hit something valuable. Hits my book. Draw a second Gozen. I find my judgment. Okay. He's just setting stuff. I find Reborn. Okay, so I know that this warning is dead, so I don't have to hit that. I remember that I didn't play this turn perfectly. I'm trying to see what I did that wasn't perfect. Okay. Oh, I think I flipped my instant fusion too early. So I'm gonna get the merchant. So this is threatening like a Stardust. And I get the dog. Okay, so yeah. Oh, I have a judgment. It doesn't matter what I do because okay, so I Trishula now. And then I have an instant fusion for a like Stardust. Oh, I have it. Okay, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna Trishula his monster, and then I have an instant fusion for a Stardust, so he's not gonna be able to. I'm gonna have 2 monsters to swing and kill him. Oh, but I don't have a Cybersaurus. Yes, okay. Yeah, that's too bad. I don't have a Cybersaurus. So then I have to go for a Black Rose, but it's still going to be game. It doesn't matter. And then I have a Judgment, yeah. And then I know this card's warning. Cool. Okay, yeah, that was frustrating game 2, but we won. He opens Thunder King game 3. That is extremely scary, but we start with Snowman Eater, so we'll probably just set that. He does not swing into my Snowman Eater. Oh my god. Is this the turn where... No. Okay, no. Because if I remember... Yeah... No, I don't think this is it, because I don't have a level 3 tuner. Oh, no, I do have a level 3 tuner, so... Because right now I could go Trunade, change the Thunder King to defense. No, and then flip the Snowman Eater, and then kill the Thunder King, instant fusion. And then that's Burrito plus... This would be like... I can't even synchro anything with this. I probably wait one more turn. I probably just set the soldier. Yeah, I just wait one more turn. He has Breaker. I bottomless it. And he swings in now. I really don't understand why he did that. Okay. Okay, now I draw the... Yep. So this is guaranteed lethal. Like, he's dead 100%. I'm just going to Trunade, send everything back. I will instant fusion normal the strategist, and then I'll go Burrito, and then I will special Nanishi, and then I can extra normal summon, get another Burrito. I'll summon the Watchdog, and then it will be Burrito effect, special strategist, and then I can... Well, I was going to say I could just draw 2 with the strategist, and then go into Naturia Beast, but actually I could just go into a Scrap Dragon and go for lethal because he's at 8,000. That would be 84, I think. So yeah, this is guaranteed lethal. I just have to Trunade, and the only way that he doesn't die is if he has Solemn Judgment. But yeah, this is game over. But he has Solemn Judgment, so he lives because he has Solemn Judgment here. Looks like he does not have a Torrential. Does he have Mirror Force? No. And then he just rips Dark Hole. Oh no, he drew Bottomless. Okay, so he already had Dark Hole. I thought he just ripped Dark Hole off the top, and I was just like, bro, 2 games in a row with this. But it's okay, because this is actually a fine play. I'm going to get to draw 2. No, he has MST. So here, again, next turn, he is dead. The only thing I need to avoid is if he top decks... Guaiba. I could Instant Fusion right here, but then I lose to Solemn Warning. So as long as I fade Guaiba for 1 turn, I can preemptively Trap Stun next turn, and then Instant Fusion, Synchro 8, and then just win. I just need him to not have Guaiba off the top. So he draws Guaiba off the top. And now he has Logia. So yeah, this is very frustrating. I draw Snowman Eater, which is excellent right here. I just set my Snowman Eater. Looks like he learned his lesson, because yeah, he already crashed into a Snowman Eater this duel. So yeah, now I'm like tilted beyond belief. And not sure the best play. I need to bait this Logia negate, or else I'm waiting for him to potentially... I mean, he's up a lot. So I can flip summon the Snowman Eater, as long as he doesn't have Solemn Warning. It'll be fine. I just need him to not have Solemn Warning. So he has Solemn Warning right here. Yeah. And now I can try to flip the Trap Stun. No, I don't even do it. Yeah. So I could have tried flipping Trap Stun and seeing if he would negate it. But then, like, I don't have a way to play through the Logia negate. Yeah, I just didn't cooked. Yeah, so that was... Yeah. So he has Book. And yeah, this one's over. So frustrating. So frustrating. And he had D prisons, yeah. Yep. So that was the end of my Nexus run, and then I did not join another Nexus tournament after this for the next like 2 months, because yeah, this was very, very frustrating. But the tournament was so fun. All the games were really fun. This one was just like insane variance. That's why I was so salty after this one. But yeah, the tournament was really fun. I think the format is really cool. I saw that Oscar Zelaya had posted a Nexus format video, and I saw that like all the Nexus format peeps were really excited about it, and like it got a ton of engagement. So I thought it was very cool to see that this that community is really, really trying to get some more attention to their format. So I figured I'd post this one because it was such a cool tournament, such a nice community. So yeah, hopefully people are enjoying the Nexus format stuff. People enjoy this video, and hopefully I'll get back and join another tournament on Karakuri and see if we can get the win, because we lost in semifinals here, obviously, to this yeah. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, maybe I'll post another one if I join another Nexus tournament.